was on a Paris train. I emerged in London rain, and you waiting there, swimming through apologies. I remember a project all the perfect words. I was hoping you might change your mind. I remember a soldier standing next to me, riding on the metro.
St. Louis,
good old St. Louis
Missouri.
Sluggers Bar.
I mean, St. Louis, the Mafia, kind of leads into Gorilla Mall.
Kind of leads into
and kind of leads into the Great Truck Race, which is something we wanted to bring up.
So we started talking about the new show that you filmed that you're not going to talk that much about. Other than it's
legally can't. You know, it exists.
It's fine. It exists.
Happened.
Just so people know, it's coming. Look for it. Ryan Harkins. Not Brian Larkins.
Not Brian Larkins.
Yeah,
not that
other Ryan Harkins.
That guy is fucking hilarious.
Well, you know what was
but
great
he's a
about
dickhead.
the food truck race, right? So we, having, if you guys didn't know,
let's go
I was
back.
on the show.
Yeah. So there's this series.
Yeah.
Also Food Network. How many years ago?
This was
4 or
2010.
Okay.
It was the first season.
Is that long
Isn't that
ago?
crazy how long ago it was?
Damn. Okay, so Great Food Truck Race series.
And this,
You are on it.
and this was before. I mean, it was the first season of the show. So nobody knew how it was going to go. And we'd been pitched like a million shows. Everybody would pitch the same shows. It's going to be the deadliest catch.
Okay,
with
wait a
food
second.
trucks. It's like, that's terrible.
First of all, how do you get in a position that people are pitching a show to you?
It was just, that era, it was just before the food truck thing really blew up. And it was like taking, a lot of people were taking notice. And there was a million production companies.
So you
in
were
Los
already
Angeles.
doing the food truck.
We were already doing Grill
You were
Mall.
already doing Grill Mall.
Yeah, we were already
and
doing
so,
Grill
okay,
Mall.
okay.
And it was, to say that our truck and our aesthetic was different would be, it was insane compared to most other people. Everybody's doing Korean fusion. Yeah. We're doing heavy metal burgers and shit. Mm-hmm. And we got asked to do this. And we didn't know anything. They're like, it could be gone for 6 weeks. You can't use Twitter. You can't say that you're on the show. People won't even know what you're talking about anyways because it doesn't exist anyways. And so the idea was like, dude, we could be gone for 6 weeks. That's going to destroy all the stuff that we've built up. All the following.
It's a pretty big chance to take.
It was a big roll of dice. And so we kind of
it's
tried
a roll
to,
of the
tried to
fucking
sabotage.
Dice,
We tried to fucking sabotage. We got called in for a casting interview. And
roll the fucking dice.
we got called in for a casting interview, and we decided to go after like a lunch service that was right there in Hollywood, and a lunch service that we just happened to drink a good amount in. So we showed up pretty loaded to this casting call, and they're just asking us all, like, why do you guys think Grill Mall is so great? We're like, cause we're the fucking best, rah rah rah. Just being just silly and stupid and just having a good time. Caller.
Yeah.
Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah. Hello, caller.
But
it would be better if it's a telemarketer.
I
Get
know.
him on here.
Just leave him on here for
exactly.
a minute.
just
have him give you the pitch.
But long story short,
Philip. No, go ahead.
long story short.
Hello, Brian Larkins.
Is this Brian Larkins?
We go on the show. We were prepared to just lose the first week. We didn't think there was any way we were gonna win.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got these like big personalities and shit.
Also,
They're
talk
like,
about like what were your competing trucks like? I remember there was because I watched the show when it was on the Nom Nom.
We had the Nom Nom truck, which was like Vietnamese baguettes, banh mi's, and then the French truck, which was Spencer on the Go, which was French, like nice, like really nice French food, like classic technique stuff. Austin Daily Press, which was a sandwich place. There was a bread pudding truck called the Nana Queens. It was actually really good. Surprisingly,
they must have lost pretty early though.
They lost the first
pudding.
week. Yeah, they lost the first.
You
week.
deserve to lose if you're the bread pudding. Truck,
but they
seriously.
had really good chicken wings, surprisingly,
yeah?
and the bread pudding was good. But yeah, they did lose the first week.
You're basically asking for it to be like,
I know.
What do you make in here? You're like, we make bread pudding. You're all right.
You
I'm gonna go to one of the other trucks.
You just immediately turn around and
What
walk
was?
away.
I don't remember the other ones now. Oh, there's a Cajun truck. And I think I'm missing. Oh, a crepe truck.
How many were? So
And
there
a
was
crepe
like
truck.
7.
It was 7 trucks, 6 weeks. And we ended up becoming friends with all these people because we were just like being ourselves. We're like, okay, we're just gonna try to take advantage of being in these different cities if we even make it. Like, let's just get fucked up. Let's have some fun. Like, well, it got really serious when we're serving the food and stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, like when we actually have to do our jobs. Like it was serious then. But I mean, the second they were like, all right, we're down for the day, it was like, let's just rip this town in half. And it was.
Let's rip our underwear off.
I mean, it got gnarly, and I wish they could have showed like even half of that.
Yeah,
shit.
it's party. That's what I do when I really want to go nuts. Just rip that shit off.
Go nuts by showing nuts.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
But I don't know, it was it was a fucking trip, man. But that was the best. We signed an NDA for that. It was I think it was like $1.5 million non-disclosure agreement, which means
1.5.
if you tell anybody, if you put it on your Twitter, if you tell like somebody and that somebody fucking lets it leak that you won, which we won. Spoiler alert. 10 years later. Whatever. If you tell, we can fucking sue you for $1.5 million because you just fucked the show up.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you just ruined the show.
Yeah.
You spoiled it, and we get home and we park the truck in a commissary by Burbank Airport, and there's like probably 300 trucks in this commissary, mainly like Lonchero trucks and stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's Eagle
Over
Foods.
off San Fernando.
Yeah, the place is awesome. And we get home. The people are so nice. We fucking get home, and there's this big ass banner in the commissary. It says, Matt and Ryab, R-Y-A-B.
I remember that guy.
Congratulations, way to grill them all the competition or something like that.
It doesn't even.
Like it was something. It was so. I saved the banner. I still have it
that's
somewhere.
great.
And we got home, and that was waiting for us, like this big banner. And we come into like a hero's welcome. They're like, "Congratulations!" We're like, "Whoa." What the fuck? Like, no, take that all down. Like, no. Nobody
We're
knows
gonna get
that this
screwed.
happened. Like, they knew because they knew that if we were gone for 6 weeks, it was a really good chance that we won the fucking show.
That is kind of like put 2 and 2 together.
Because like a few other trucks I think had been asked to do the show that were there, so they knew kind of like the format.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty obvious when you're like, we're gonna be gone for 6 weeks, and then you come back
we're
after
gone-
2. You come back after 2. You're all, hey everybody. They're like, oh, okay. Well, I guess
It must have sucked.
We're gone for up to 6 weeks.
Must have sucked to lose that show. Good thing I don't know what that's like.
Yeah,
All right.
you're like, we could be gone up to 6 weeks, and then 3 days later, they're all, hey everybody,
we're back.
We gotta let's get the trucks out.
We won
this morning.
They shot in doubles time.
Were you telling me there was one of those like I don't know what do you call it, distribution center, wherever it is that people keep all their trucks and you can buy supplies and stuff.
Yeah,
like
the
that?
commissary. Yeah.
Commissary.
Yeah.
Okay. 'Cause weren't you telling me about one of those? I don't know where it was that like the surprise food inspection and all the places started rolling down their like their gates and all that.
Yeah.
It's
Throwing
like,
the gates
whoa,
down.
food
Yeah.
inspectors
Lock
here.
up.
Close,
No, that was
close up.
That was a lot of. That would happen a lot. Like when you'd be out like with multiple trucks.
Yeah.
And they would just be too scared because they would come in like the middle of service. The idea was like the city at the time wasn't super stoked on food trucks.
Yeah.
So there was some dudes that particularly like some council members and shit that had a real hard on for it, and they would try to like shut trucks down. But the thing was, these trucks would start saying like, "Oh, fuck this guy and fuck that guy," like publicly. It's like, I don't know, what do you think is gonna happen, man?
Yeah.
That guy's gonna be like, "No, fuck you."
Yeah.
Shut you down.
And
Yeah.
so many trucks got shut down from that happening. And we stayed out of all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember one inspection we had came on. We had a line of probably about 300 people, and it was insane. The inspector comes on. We didn't shut down because we had nothing to hide, you know. And the guy comes on, and we're just getting creamed, you know. We're slammed. It's nuts. It's a big line. And the health inspector, normally in health inspection, especially in a food truck, you're looking at 25 minutes tops for like a thorough inspection, you know. This guy was on for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours, and it even came out. He said something like about himself being a hero if he was able to shut down Grill 'Em All.
Are you serious?
I swear to fucking God, dude. This is like I couldn't stand the food truck thing towards the end. Like the restaurant. I'm so happy that we were able to get it when we got it, and to continue forward in that venue because. Man, the food truck thing was just getting so silly, and there'd be people, you'd be parked on the street, and like Kogi would come up. They had a thing they called a G stop or a G ride, right? Where it's a dick move. They would come up to like any truck who's there because they're Kogi, right? They're like the big guys on the scene, and they would just find out where other trucks were parked, and just go up and park next to them and steal their business.
Yeah,
It's
like Starbucks, where you find the neighborhood coffee place.
Put a Starbucks across the street.
Put a Starbucks across the street and done.
And they tried to do it to us, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And then one time, the next time we saw Kogi, we did an event with them, and they were across the parking lot for us. And our line, it was the best. Our line wrapped around their truck and came around and back to the front of our truck. And I was like,
Poetic
go
justice.
fuck yourself. Yeah. I mean, not that I never met the owner of Kogi. He seems like a really nice guy. But, I mean, whoever they had running that was trying to pull some total bullshit. And they would, I would talk to other friends of ours who own trucks, and they'd be like, yeah, dude, Kogi showed up and, took all my business.
Wow.
And now I have, what I thought I was going to make, $250 for lunch. Now I made 50.
Yeah.
It was a total shithead move, man.
Yeah.
But it was that's how dumb food trucks were.
Yeah.
That's how bad it got. That's how stupid it got. And there was all these guys who would put on oh, we're doing a big food truck festival, and we're gonna have 30 trucks, and then you can be a part of it, but it's $500 up front. So you'd have to give this guy, you're already out of pocket, your gas, your propane, your labor costs, your food costs. Now you have to give this asshole $500. And so before you even open your gates, you're already
down. How
down.
much you have to make?
You're talking you'd have to, just to get back to even, you got to make $1,500 to $2,000, which is insane. So you wouldn't at the end of the day, you'd see a full till.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh wow, we did $2,000 tonight, and then it's and then you're done. You're like, oh, I have $80. How's that gonna fucking feed my family and pay my fucking bills?
Sounds like a hardcore show.
Yeah, I know, right?
We have $2,000.
It was real scummy.
The club
man.
takes $1,200.
Yeah.
Security's taking $100.
Oh, and the best we found out.
You're already fuck. Well, it's already down to. I think we're getting $40.
We would go to my wife's work for lunches sometimes, just because she works there. We're like, oh, I'll bring the truck there, and they have a pretty decent sized office in Eagle Rock. We'll go there, and we did, and it was pretty good. And then they started booking more and more trucks, right? Mm-hmm. And come to find out, unbeknownst to my wife's work, there's a guy, this guy came to them and was like, I'll book all the trucks for you so you don't have to worry about that. And they're like, yeah, okay, we don't want to deal with it anyways. It's just nice to have food trucks for lunch. So this guy comes in who's part of a food truck association thing, right? So he's like, I'm a good guy, I'll book all these trucks. He fucking would book all the trucks and then charge them $50 to $75 when there was no charge to go there for your lunch.
So he's just pocketing.
So every day this dude's making
convenience fee. Since I
booked this, I deserve $75. You fucking scumbag. And we found it out, and we called him out. Mm-hmm. And Kaveen's work wrote an email to the guy that's pretty ballsy to do, blah blah blah. He just packed up and left. He was like, then you don't deserve any food trucks anyways. It's like, go fuck
you just
yourself.
show up anyway. Mm-hmm. You go wherever you want.
You pull that shit in my neighborhood, you'll be pushing up daisies,
Well, that's what I didn't understand. That's the fun thought about the food truck that was so great to begin with. You just fucking park somewhere.
Yeah.
Just be respectful. Don't park in front of a restaurant or by a restaurant.
Right.
We parked in arbitrary spaces in Echo Park because we lived by there.
Yeah.
Not because there was anything going. We would park on Scott and Sunset in front of the Walgreens parking lot. There's nothing there.
Yeah. Would cops hassle you for any of that shit? Or
no, they were always really cool because you would see these guys, some of these food truck guys, get real heated and try to fight with cops and business owners and stuff like that, and we just never got into that shit. Like, if somebody really wanted us to leave, if somebody came out and was like, hey, listen, man, this isn't cool. Even if they're like, go fuck yourself and move your truck, we're just like, yeah, you're right. We'll go ahead and move it.
There's plenty of other places to
I can
park.
put the keys in the ignition and
it's
fucking
LA.
move it. It's not a big deal.
There are other places to go.
Like, it's not a big deal. And so, I mean, that's half the reason there was so
Move
much...
up 1 yard length.
That's why there was so much controversy back then with all that shit. But it was just... It was a different time. But that show, man...
I watched it, man. It was pretty... I followed it all the way through. It was
like a literal rolling blackout.
Now, what I was going to ask is, like, you weren't doing something every day of those 6 weeks. You were.
Pretty much. Well, you would get... Our truck took forever. Like, the one that took the longest was... we were going to New Orleans from... I want to say it was Fort Worth. And I was like... That's the thing that sucks about that Fort Worth episode. Is I had a fever of 102 degrees, bronchitis, ear infection, left and right ear infection. I was so sick. And they just show me on the show just going, oh, I want to go home. And they get all these internet trolls going, this guy's a bitch. And I'm like, oh, fuck you. Like, I was so fucking sick. Because I did. I want to go home. I felt like shit.
They just left in an I want to go home part. He's
like,
caving in.
Yeah, they didn't say anything
It's getting to him.
Yeah,
the road's getting to him.
Nothing about me being sick or nothing, you know. But we would so that would wrap on like Sunday. You'd find out where your next city is. And then Monday Monday was interviews. You'd have to do like they call them OTF interviews, where like those shots where you just see us behind like a white screen behind you. And they're asking questions.
Like a recap or whatever.
Yeah, and then Tuesday you'd start going. Only like see for instance the drive from Dallas to New Orleans. I don't remember how long it normally is. It took us double if not triple every time, because our truck got to the point where it top out around 45 mph. And so like it would just be Matt and I. Then they would have a mechanic truck that was supposed to be for every truck there.
But
just followed us. Just followed us. And then the trip to New Orleans, even that guy was like, dude, fuck this. Because I want to get to New Orleans and party. So that guy left, and it was just Matt and I. We got there about 10 hours after everybody else. And when we realized there was literally nobody around us, and like the show was already in New Orleans, and we still had like 6 hours left in the drive, or not 6 hours, maybe 2 hours. We stopped at a gas station, and there was just the cutest 12-pack of Budweiser. It was a little mini cans, you know? Yeah. And we just happened to be in a rolling kitchen with refrigeration. So, you know,
it's a match made in heaven.
We had a nice little setup, and we might have drank and drove. But, I mean, it was nice.
Texas is not a good area, or anywhere is not down there.
45 miles an hour in a giant 2-ton food truck with an 8-ounce Budweiser in your hand. I'd probably crank it some kind of classic rock, you know, feeling the freedom.
You're probably listening to new metal.
Yeah, you're probably listening to
Limp Bizkit.
Godsmack's version of Rocky Mountain Way.
Did it all for the nookie. For the nookie. Yeah. Like blasting it.
Just have
fucking underwear's off.
Got your ICP makeup
on. The best
on.
part was we legitimately had a shitty boombox that we bought from like Target, like the cheapest one you could buy because we were so broke. It was like we spent all of our money getting the food truck together. You know what I mean? So the last thing we were thinking about was like, oh yeah, we probably should play music in this truck, seeing how we're a heavy metal truck. And it was like, I think we got like $20 left. Like, let's see what Target has. So we just had this shitty boombox, and it actually lasted the entire 4 years of the truck. But I mean, yeah, cranking the shitty boombox, driving down Old Highway, and just, I mean, we ended up doing that all the time. New Orleans, I almost died like 3 times, legitimately. Yeah. Like, it was that big of a rager in New Orleans. We actually had the first night in New Orleans, we were at this college bar, and they had all graduated college that day. So everybody's just fucking raging, and we're doing well.
New Orleans is just a rager as any, you know, it'd be like, it'd be like a Tuesday, and
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's still just like beads and boobs and frat guys and beer.
Obese Tuesday.
Vomit.
Obese Tuesday.
Obese Tuesday. Puking.
Dude, we were having a great time, and the kids are having a fucking great time. We're selling food. It was the best, and you know, we shut down for the night. We're like, okay, let's get this to their commissary, which the one in New Orleans was just an RV park, and we're driving down, and I just keep on hearing this faint like, yeah, motherfucker, yeah. I'm like, what is going on, man? Like, we're far away from this bar now. I'm driven like 2-3 miles away from this bar. And I just keep on going. I'm like, I'm determined to get the fucking truck parked so we can go out and party, like whatever. I'm like, just keep on hearing this weird voice. I'm like, this is strange. Finally, on the walkie-talkie, somebody from the production was following me and was like, hey, you got a guy on the back of your truck.
He's like riding, holding on.
He's holding on to the fucking back of the, and I pull over, right?
Yeah,
I swing open the door, and the dude is still on the bumper, holding to the fucking truck, going, yeah, fuck yeah, just screaming, and the truck is at a dead stop. I walk behind, he's still screaming. I'm like, hey, you done? He goes, that was fucking great. I was like, all right. And then he just hops off the truck and just starts walking away. Like, I mean, miles away from anywhere he needed to
That's
be.
great.
He doesn't
Before
care.
the days of Uber. I mean, that shit was so fucking funny, man.
So he's literally walking 2 miles back.
Oh, yeah. And it was like I just to see him back there, dead stop. Yeah, fuck yeah!
It must have been fun. Sounds like it must have been fucking great.
Dude, we raged heavily. We got a bartender fired
Oh,
the last night in New Orleans. That was a good one. He went from hot and cold the entire night. You know, he's like best friend to your worst enemy out of nowhere. We're like, this
It's a
guy's
good
real.
cop, bad cop.
Yeah, like he'd just be like,
In
all
one-
right,
in
shots
one
on me,
person.
everybody.
The same cop.
But the same cop, but she doesn't happen.
Huh.
He's doing shots, and we're like, next thing you know, he's like, God, why the fuck are you guys here? We're like, wait, what? And he passed out behind the bar at 6 in the morning. I mean, we had been there for almost 10 hours, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
He passed out behind the bar, right? And it's 6 in the morning, and the owner comes in. He's like, what the fuck? And we're sitting there, we're like, hey, man, your booze is intact. We didn't steal anything. Like, you know, he's just passed out. And he just unloads on this dude, fired his ass right in front of us, gave us shots to apologize. So we're like, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Apologize to you. That's nice.
Apologize to us. Say, I'm sorry you had to see that. Here's some shots. And now they're like, okay.
Yeah, I was kind of traumatized.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
you're
could
right.
use
so
some
glad you
shots.
gave me
You're
those
right.
shots.
Some whiskey will help.
Thank you. Yes.
Now we're gonna drive, so thanks for those shots.
Yeah, exactly.
Now
I got to hit the road, so thank you for those.
we walk back.
But that's New Orleans for
Thank you for those 5 shots. Now I'm gonna get in the
that city
car and
is all
drive.
about that.
It's
it's a fucking
that's
That's the
city.
place with like the drive-through, you know, like-
drive-through daiquiris.
yeah,
and shit.
daiquiri
Yep.
stuff, and you know, you go into the bars for here to go. You get the to-go cup if you don't. That's the thing that blew me away. The first time I went to New Orleans,
To-go cup.
Yeah, when I was because I'm just used to a whole lifetime of you're with a bunch of people, you're at a place drinking. I'm the one guy who still has a full beer or something. Everyone else is ready to go. And you're like, oh shit,
Gotta finish this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
gotta chug this or quickly get through it. And so I'm still thinking that when I'm there, and then I'm in a bar with a whole bunch of people, and someone comes up next to me and orders something, and the bartender's like, oh, you want that for here or to go? I'm like, ding. What? What did you just say?
Beautiful.
Oh, that's what that big stack of plastic cups at the end of the bar is for. To go. And yeah. Like, wow, what a rip. This is how it should be.
should
You
be.
know, it's like I'm not done with my beer. You're ready to go. Okay. Bloop. Put it in a plastic cup and you walk out the door.
And you walk
like,
out of
beautiful.
Bourbon Street. Oh, live sex show. Great. Let's go in.
Yeah, hey, let's go. This is how life should be. Let's go.
This is how life should be.
We came back there
A
because
17-year-old vomiting on my back. This is how life should be. This is great.
Warm.
Joel,
Yeah,
who
it's
was,
warm. It's comforting.
Joel was on the show. He was on the show with us, and he ended up like meeting the girl he's now married to and has been married to for years now on the show in New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
And we went back for the wedding, and we went to a bar off Bourbon Street called like Aaron Go Bra or something like it was like something like that, or Irish Rose or something like that. And I just drank so much. that
The
I
Irish Rose.
I fucking
Kiss the Blarney Stone.
passed out face first on the bar, right? And like, someone tries to order shots, and I'm involved in the round of shots, but I'm passed out. And he's like, bartender's like, no, not that guy though. And then my buddy, I think it was Matt, was like, no, he's fine. Look, like nudging me. I'm like, huh, what's up? And he's like, Matt's like, shot. He's like, see, he's fine. The bartender's like, you're right, he is fine. Pours a fucking shot.
He is fine.
I take the shot, and my head just smashes on the bar and just passed out again. It was like, that's the kind of city New
That's
Orleans
New
is
Orleans
right
for you.
there.
Yeah. That's like
That's the epitome of New Orleans.
it's the heart of New Orleans.
Okay, should we take another break, get another round of...
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
let's
gonna-
get another round set up.
And,
As
yeah.
Chuck Woolery would say, we'll be back in 2 and 2.
Be back in 2 and 2. Right back at you.
Right back at you.
Hey you, do you like meat? Do you like beer? Do you like burgers? Vegan? Vegetarian? We got that too. Come on down to Grill 'Em All's Patty Meats Emporium, 19 East Main Street, Alhambra, California, 91801. We'll treat you right.
Now to pasture, I think it's safe to say.
There's an army on the dance floor. It's a fashion with a gun, my love. In a room without a door, a kiss is not enough. Then love my way is a new road. I follow where my mind goes.
I gave you all that I had inside, and you took my love. You took my love. I keep trying. I keep trying for you. There's nothing like you and I, baby. This is no ordinary love. No ordinary love. This is no.
Okay, what? Hey,
That's a spicy meatball. We're busting out all the commercials.
I just want to like we're gonna do it just for like somebody comes in and like, dude, I got a new riff. Whoa, this guy, we're working over here. Whoa,
Who are you? The next? What are you, Steve Vai or something? Huh?
hey, look at Ingve Malmsteen over here. Look at this fucking guy.
Wow, look at you with that whammy guitar. You're like, bang, bang, bang. Yeah, all right.
think you're the new Chuck Berry or something over here.
Chuck Barris or
Oh,
something.
look at Chuck Barris here.
Oh, look at Chuck Barris over here.
Yeah,
You
think I have a bag over my head
you
or
think
something? Is that what you're saying?
think
I
you're
need
the
a bag over my
You think
head?
you're the next fucking Chuck Woolery or some shit like that, huh? Prove it. Prove it. Oh, wait, this is a contest. We're not supposed to just down these, huh?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I don't even know which one this is.
Downing them just like...
All right, this one you could probably guess
Okay.
the smell from the smell.
Belgian.
Oh, my God. This is a
what you're
Belgian.
You're joking, right?
What?
You guys are both joking, right?
Of course.
No.
Okay.
That's an IPA.
All right.
No, but I just want to
I was like, I couldn't tell if you were joking. I was like, wait a minute,
both said it
what
at the same
the
time.
fuck?
Belgian.
Belgian.
No, I've been saying Belgian every time. Might as well just like stay with
Just
tradition because, like, you know, the
No,
whole
tasting
thing,
it's an IPA.
the whole thing about a broken clock and all. You know,
You guys had me going.
like
man.
eventually. Well, I can already tell by smelling it.
Oh, yeah, the
This guy's-
second one is
I can tell.
Kaka.
The first one's the fancy beer. The second one's not.
The second one,
Wow.
I haven't even tasted it.
That's
I can tell
impressive.
by the
the
smell.
second one, Chaka no like.
That's
The first one smells awesome.
it's very true. You're right. Let me bring out the bottles. Look,
In the-
I think you'll be surprised.
in the
I'm
immortal
actually
words-
surprised that it was that easy to
The
tell.
the second one smells. I don't know. It's got that same. You know, like cheap beers have a. There's some sort of like weird
Chemical, right?
Yeah, it's like a chemically kind of like sweet, syrupy, but
I
like
gotta
fake
smell
syrupy smell to them.
There's something always.
No, you're right. It has
Here.
like that
Here,
same
smell both
stink.
of
Yeah.
these.
Like they put like
'Cause I can-
like the
I
last
haven't even
ingredient.
tasted 'em.
Like the last ingredient is
Like
back.
smell that one first.
Oh my god.
Smell
Yeah.
A, and then B. You can tell right away.
I think
No, you're
I
right.
think the last ingredient they scored in is a little Bactine.
Yeah, Bactine.
No, that's really weird
Like shitting
because
your pants immediately.
that's
like-
like that. I think anybody would get that. I mean, that's insane. Like you can really tell the difference. They're both
Yeah.
American.
That first one's so good.
American
Whatever it is.
IPAs.
That is good.
The second one got shit all over by InBev. That's why. The second one would be Goose Island's IPA.
Really?
American
this is that
style
Deftones
IPA.
one?
Yep.
Interesting.
And the first one is Belching Beaver's Phantom Bride.
Yeah.
Deftones beer.
Yes.
Which has been selling like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, that
is a
that
good
Belching
beer.
Beaver Deftones
I mean, I don't know
beer
from
is
taste,
so
but-
good. You know, that's one of those breweries when they first started. I avoided them for a while because of the name.
Yeah.
Because of the name
Silly.
and because of the imagery, I thought it was like some stupid like frat boy.
It
sort
is.
of,
It's-
because it
and
had
they-
like those sort of like double entendre, like oh yeah, I get it, beaver.
Well, they admit it's a queef. If you
Yeah,
guys didn't know what the
it's-
belching beaver is a queef, and they like
But to
are
me,
like
at first I was kind of equating it with like Hooters or something.
Yeah,
like,
it's-
oh, this is stupid. It's not going to be good.
It still is like really silly to me.
But
that they have-
which
that they do
which
that.
is silly, but their beer is so good, so good.
I was not expecting that to be that fucking noticeable. That's crazy. Like I wouldn't have to smell it or have to taste it either.
well,
I mean, you
no,
could
because
just-
I've had Goose Island before and I've liked it, but in comparison, like back to back with these two, the Goose Island smells
the
horrible.
Goose
Yeah, it
Island
does.
312 used to be such a good like the wit beer. Their IPAs used to be so good.
That's B.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Goose
Yeah.
Island is B, and that's I guess that's InBev ruining or Budweiser ruining good product.
Yeah.
I guess I mean because they
They do.
used to be. When I lived in Chicago, we like if that was like the reward if we had money that week was like you could get a 6-pack
You
of
gotta
312.
splurge, yeah.
Like not drink
Does
Bush.
Budweiser owns
30
Goose
pack.
Island? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like I think they
Goose
were
Island's one of the
first-
first ones that they
first ones.
acquired. Yeah.
Because
really?
what happened was President Obama
Yep.
said in an interview, I think in the New York Times, his favorite beer was Goose Island 312, and that immediately fucking
Thanks,
skyrocketed.
Obama.
Yeah, they didn't even know what to do after that. Like the sales just went through the roof.
Didn't
And-
President Obama say his favorite podcast is Hour of the Barbarian?
it was right
I'm
after
pretty
it.
sure.
No,
Yeah.
it was right after. Yeah,
He's like, I like to have a nice Goose Island and listen to Hour of the Barbarian and
Yeah.
get fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
think that's why our ratings just went
Yeah.
through the roof. The listenership
In the
just
last
skyrocketed.
presidential seal.
Yeah.
Presidential seal. Of,
Yeah.
I was gonna say that there's a great coincidence here that the Deftones beer is on our list because they did a cover of Sade's "No Ordinary Love."
Are you serious?
No.
I haven't heard it yet.
Let's play it.
I think.
Well,
I think
we
yeah.
might get feedback if I played it.
Okay,
But
we gotta listen.
we might hear it at some point in this
at some
podcast.
point when it's.
I know
assembled.
nothing.
Magically.
I know
Wow.
nothing really about the Deftones.
We just heard it actually.
Oh yeah,
That was
I remember,
fucking weird.
I remember hearing that.
Yeah,
that was
at
wacky.
the break. Yeah,
That was a weird. I don't know.
at the break
This-
that you haven't assembled yet.
Yeah,
that was a great
it was
song.
weird.
The singer of this band was like one of the nicest dudes I ever met. I didn't know anything about it. We went outside. We were at the Revolver Golden God Awards the first year, which was like the most insane shit ever. Got to meet fucking Dio. Got to meet Vinnie Paul.
Wow.
I mean, just at Dave Grohl. I mean, everybody you could think of was there. It was the most intense, amazing thing in the universe. But we went outside, my wife and I, just to go. I was gonna go smoke a cigarette. I think she was still smoking. But he was just out there chiefing reefer, just
Yeah.
going to town. And he was like, "Hey, do you guys want any?" I'm like, "No, I don't. I don't smoke. I don't know if she does." And Kaveen was like, "Yeah, you know what? In this instance, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do." And I was
singer
like,
of Deftones?
"Who is
Deftones.
this guy?" And she's like, he's a singer of Deftones." Like, "Oh, that's fucking crazy." And we ended up like hanging out with us for like 45 minutes, just bullshitting, like having drinks with us out in the patio and stuff, just hanging out, smoking weed. It was
Yeah.
so cool. The guy was like the nicest dude ever.
I got high with the guitar player in Be Real once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was at
Nice.
at downtown rehearsal because they used to my old band 16 we shared a room, or no, we didn't share a room, but we were right next to Fear Factory.
Oh, wow.
And those guys, I don't know which guy was doing like a project with Be Real and the dude from Deftones, so they were out in the hall one time and I think at this point I didn't smoke weed really much anymore, but he had this like, you know, the guy from Deftones had some crazy ass weed, and I'm
Sure.
like, fuck it, I'm gonna get high with like same different,
Yeah, why
same
not?
deal. Why not get high with this guy and Be Real, of course. So just that little tidbit.
Chris, where's your
Yeah, where's your
weed
Deftones
story?
story?
I'm trying to think of the connection.
Did you cup Chino's ass, maybe?
I did. I was walking by the guy from the Deftones. I'm like, we're at the doorway at the same time. I'm like, no, after you. And I ended up cupping his ass.
Fingering the taint.
Yeah.
He has
He didn't have a great
I would
ass.
imagine he has
His
a
ass
slop. I was just going to say it was probably
just
pretty sloppy.
Yeah.
Just-
Sloppy buns.
Those late night munchies.
Yeah.
It's
Sloppy
it's
buns.
Detrimental to your shape of your butt.
now, I wanted to get into something. Now, it's back to Grill 'Em All, but it's your burgers that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me who's tried their own burger and who... Did they all like them? Or have you ever had someone say, like, dude, this is my burger,
Yeah.
and we're not really that down with our burger?
There's definitely been some people I can tell like Warren is stoked on it.
Well, I know D. Snyder
D. Snyder loved it. D. Snyder was probably the raddest. It's hard to say he was like the raddest guest we've had in, but D. Snyder was so fucking cool. Like that dude, only person who like we have. If those of you not been there, like we have these big bay windows in the front, and Matt and I knew he was coming. He emailed us because he'd been. It got rated. I think it was like number 2 in like this top 25 best burgers in America, and he would like retweet it and always brag on his Twitter feed about Grill 'Em All doing the D. Snyder burger, which was so cool. And we knew he was coming in. Matt brought his original press LP, Stay Hungry, and most appropriately titled. And you could see it, we're standing there and you just see him walk in, and he's so tall, and he's like, you know who you're looking at. And it was the only time where I saw him walking in, I just went, ah! And I ran. I just ran. I just ran to the back of the restaurant. I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my God, D. Snyder's here. I like freaked out. I've never had that happen with anybody. It was so weird. I freaked out, man. I've been a Twisted Sister fan since I can remember listening to music. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that shit goes back to when we were all like little.
Yeah, we're kids, you know? And he came in with his wife and his buddy, and I think his buddy was like his manager too. And they live in Long Island, where all my relatives live, and we just started talking about Long Island, started bullshitting, like the nicest guy ever. And he's like, he's telling all the cooks, everybody who works there, we got to get pictures, like of all you guys here. He's like, I can't believe I'm about to eat myself, blah, blah, blah. and he's the best was like all these customers are coming in, and he's at the bar and people just walking through the door and just dead stop, like, holy shit, D. Snyder's at the bar. Like, what is going on here? And he's yelling at everybody, hey, get the D. Snyder. It's really, and so we sold a lot of D. Snyders that day.
That used to be my favorite burger.
Oh, it still is.
I tried different ones, but that was my go-to for a while, man.
Dude,
that one's fucking
that's
delicious.
the one that I was there with my wife, and I forget what the whole deal was there, because usually when we go,
I lay it out.
You indulge
Yeah.
us. Like you give us way too much food. We were there at it was some sort of like, I don't know if it was an anniversary thing or some sort of occasion where there were a lot of your friends there and stuff. So you'd ordered a lot of food for everybody, and we were all sharing it, right?
Yeah.
So there's all these different burgers, and one that I don't think either one of us would have ever just ordered as, hey, this is my choice for my meal.
It's never his first choice.
But
at least the first.
But a D. Snyder came out, and it was cut up, and a bunch of us were sharing it, and we're like, okay, let's try it. And my wife is like, that's my favorite burger. The D. Snyder is incredible. It's so good, and both of us agreed that was awesome, because you'd think peanut butter and jelly on a burger, no, that's ridiculous, but it's so good.
It's the same deal, because I didn't try it for like a good year or two, because I was just like, what? There's no way it's gonna be good, And then I think I just was like, I tried most of the other ones. I'm like, oh fuck, I'll just try the D. Snyder. And then I had that for a good.
It's one of those things. I tell every single person who's on the fence ordering, I'm like, listen, whatever burger you were thinking about, like if you don't like this burger, I'll give you that like free of charge on the house. And we've been doing it for, what is it now, 8 years. I've never given anybody the other burger that they were thinking about. And which is insane.
That's cool.
Now that it's out there publicly,
Yeah,
I have
exactly.
a lot of fucking people going to get the D. Snyder. That offer no longer stands, thank you.
Yeah.
It's over.
That is no longer
It's over,
an offer.
Yeah.
For those of you who
Only valid the first 8 years.
yeah, now it's
Now it's
officially
over.
it's over. But that burger fucking rules, man. It's just the burger gods are with us on that one. We put it on there because like we were obsessed with peanut butter and jelly with sriracha.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of our buddies from back home in Cleveland, our buddy Sebastian. He was like swearing about it up and down. Like, you gotta have peanut butter and jelly with sriracha. Like, dude, you're fucking crazy. And this is like 2006 or something like that. And like, that sounds terrible. He's like, okay, everybody come over to my house. We're having a cookout. I think it was like for a Browns game or something, And we would go over there time to time and just grill out, drink beers, watch the Browns lose. And
As you do.
as you do. And he like tricked everybody. He made a shitload of peanut butter and jellies with sriracha. Smart move. And everybody ate them and was like, damn it, dude, you're legitimately onto something that is super tasty.
Wow.
And so the idea was like, what if we just did that, but added bacon in a burger? Like, that couldn't be horrible, right?
No.
And then we ate it. We're like, God damn it, that's really good.
Yeah.
And so it's been on the menu ever since.
That's
and
cool.
to have it endorsed by the man himself
That's
was like
really cool.
insane.
Well,
And you can't not mention Witty too.
I was
Witty-
just, I was just gonna bring that up because Witty.
That's a great burger,
I know that's like one of the.
That's
earliest,
number 2 for me.
That's
It's like
one of the
Witty and the
earliest
D
ones,
are like-
and that's the very first one that I had
Me too.
because I think you guys were. I was working at a company that started having food trucks come around, and Grill 'Em All was coming out.
Yeah.
And so at that time I hadn't met you or Matt, and I wrote to Dave Witty, who the Witty Burger is named after. I'm like, hey, Grill 'Em All is coming out tomorrow or whatever, and so he contacted I think Chernus and told him, he's just like, okay, Chris Dodge works there, hook him up and whatever.
Yeah.
So I got the Witty Burger, which like I'm looking at the list of all the burgers, like, oh, that sounds so good. Oh, that sounds so good. And I'm looking at the Witty, I'm like, cream cheese. Okay, not my first choice. In fact, my last choice of all the burgers on here, but. Okay, I guess I have to get it because it's the Witty Burger. So good.
When we
That was a huge surprise because I got
It's
that. I'm
so
like, this is
good.
the best fucking burger I've ever
Yeah,
had.
That's good.
those are like
Yeah.
the 2 like favorites. Just everybody who works in the restaurant, myself, Matt, like, and that the I'll never forget that because Witty is such an awesome dude that he got us before we even went out on our first service. He got us in Decibel magazine. Like that's how awesome of a dude he was. He contacted somebody, blah blah blah, and I'll never forget. He's like, you talk to the guy at Decibel. You need to take pictures. Matt, it was just Matt and myself. We parked the truck in a parking lot by the commissary. Matt had one of those cameras that you could go for 15 seconds and it would take
Run
a
away
picture.
and then, yeah.
So he ran to this telephone pole, put the camera down, ran back to the truck, and then we pose all like looking all tough.
Yeah.
And then it only took us like an hour to get a picture.
Yeah.
Because we had to figure out the timing. That's DIY for
Yeah,
you right
exactly.
there, man. And so we were like, Dave, dude, that was seriously like the coolest, nicest thing ever. Like, can you come up with a burger? We want to do a Witty Burger. Like, you need to be honored. That was like above and beyond cool. And he came back with that, and I was like,
Interesting.
I was like, and I think I want to say even texted him like, dude, are you sure? And he's like, just fucking try it. He's like, did you make it yet? No. Okay, try it. Made it, tried it. I was like, God damn, if he isn't a brilliant man. I was like, that is such a good
I was
burger.
just gonna say for all people maybe don't know who Dave Witty is. I mean, you got to know who Dave Witty is.
Well, first,
Yeah.
the first thing I would say
First
to them
of all-
is, you're a poser.
Yeah. First of all, stop listening because you're lame, and if you don't
Turn off your podcast and go listen to Cannibal Corpse, and then you call us and say, now you know who Dave Witty is.
no, go listen to Disturbed Sounds of Silence.
Sound of Science, and then you can
Then
talk to
come
him.
back
And then
and
let's
you'll
talk
know who
about
Dave Witty.
Dave
Yeah,
Witty.
Dumb
then we'll
fuck.
talk Dave Witty. But Dave Witty is like
His
the
list is kind of ridiculous.
world's greatest drummer who's been in like every awesome band you
Amazing
can think
band
of.
you could think of.
Yeah, he's in it's such a tongue twister to say that name.
Well, after a few beers, I can say it perfectly. See?
Municipal waste.
Municipal
He's in municipal waste.
Municipal
waste.
Municipal waste.
Yeah, he's in municipal waste.
He's in Burned by the Sun, one of my all-time
Burned by the
favorites.
Sun
good
is
I love that band.
Soundtrack
Then,
to something. What was it record? Soundtrack to
soundtrack to something.
So yeah, that's it. Something.
Yeah.
That was a great record.
Discordance Axis.
Discordance Axis.
Played with
Like
Melt,
Army Jacks?
played with Melt Banana for a long time.
I Abhor, was that the other
Played in I Abhor Her.
God, it's so crazy.
Yeah, like
his
it's
list
a billion
is
different
outrageous.
bands.
Yeah.
And
Hell of a resume.
And a good
what
dude.
do you call it? Brain
All around good
Tentacles
dude.
and yeah,
Brain
awesome guy.
Tentacles?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
Oh, and East West Blast
East
Test.
West Blast
East
Test.
West Blast Test,
Collaboration I did with them. Yeah.
That's always the funniest thing to me with Kaveen because she, like, you know, all the waste guys and stuff, she knew them as people, just you know, like you guys, like met you guys hanging out just normally
Before jamming.
before like seeing the live, you know, version, and like so when she, you know, is like, oh, Witty's so nice. They're all like the nicest guys ever. They're so nice. I can't believe. And then you go see him. She's like, whoa, what the fuck, man? They're crazy. It's like, yes, this is like, all these people are all really nice people.
Yeah.
It's true, but it's because you get to go on stage and act like an animal for like, you know, however long, and then we blow off some steam and
true.
just be
Yeah,
normal again, you know?
You had to rip your underwear off and
Yeah.
act like a
Put it over your
maniac.
head.
Just eat monkey meat, act like a maniac. Fuck it. Now, the other story I remember you telling me was Zach Wilde was a good one.
Zach Wilde was cool as hell.
But when
man.
he showed up and you said he was going to be a acoustic.
Well, it started. Okay, this is amazing. We Blasco hit us up.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. No.
I'm Zach Wilde and I'm
I
coming
say we just
again.
ride the rest of the podcast out with some
Hello, my old bearded friend. Go ahead.
Okay,
sorry.
so Jack Wild.
Jack Stavanovich?
Jack Wild. No, he
Jack
was cool.
Steffen. Jack Steffen. Do you remember that
Blasco
one?
hit us up.
Oh man, I guess you're not from around.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You're not from around here.
We'll talk about that later.
Jack Stavanovich? Steffen. Jack Steffen. We're on the white pages. Someone's gonna get that. Go ahead.
All right.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. You'll see. You'll see. Anybody need a plumber? You know who to call. Jack Steffen. Jack Steffen. We're in the white pages.
I'm so lost.
We're in the white pages.
Anyhow, so Jack Wild shows up.
Jack Wild shows up.
Jack and the Wilders.
Well,
Jack White.
The guy who plays bass in his band.
So Jack White shows up.
Oh, no,
He
it's-
starts building a
Blasco's
guitar in
the-
front of you.
Blasco's the bassist.
Man, he's all bling, 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 bling.
He's wearing a vest, and he looks like he's from turn of the century. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Remember when you were cool? The turn of the century.
Oh, I have a farm-to-table guitar that I've just built.
The strings are made out of cheese.
Artisanal cheese.
Artisanal cheese.
Artisanal guitar.
My strings are made of artisanal cheese. Would you like to hear them?
Oh boy.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Bling, 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 bling. Let's get back to Jack Wilde.
Okay, so Gene Wilder shows up.
Gene Wilder's in the house. Mel Brooks, Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Full young Frankenstein. You guys are getting loose, I can tell.
Oh, dude, totally skipping.
Put the candle back.
Any other dumb reference we want to get into?
Oh shit! You know what? I have the last. There's the last one that we should do. I didn't think about that for the break.
What?
The last beer.
I don't know if there's another break.
No, I know. I should have brought him back for this one because I have 2 more beers for you guys to sample.
You could. We'll go ahead. Get
just
into
talk
Zach
about you.
Wild, and then
Yeah,
you
just
can
talk shit.
leave, and we'll talk shit about you.
Well, okay, I'll do this one short and
Okay,
sweet.
talk about Gene Wilder and then
Blasco.
Okay.
Blasco hit us up, and because I think he plays with him and Ozzy.
Yeah,
Is
he
that what
plays in
Blasco-
Ozzy.
Yeah, and he was cool as shit. And we didn't really think this was gonna happen, and lo and behold, it did. They did like a VIP thing for their fans. You could go in, and like it was like a free Zach Wild acoustic show at Gorilla Mall. Came with this like killer mug, and you get a poster that they made specifically for that event, only like 50 made. And you got like FaceTime with him to hang out with him, and the dude, he was so nice. He was like the nicest dude ever.
He's
and
another big guy too, right?
He's huge.
Yeah.
And this fucking tour bus pulls up in the parking lot. I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be wild. And he comes out, and him and Blasco come out, and he's like a large in life personality, but really nice. Like just he's got this smile on his face, super happy. Nice to meet you. I go, so you're about to play a set in a burger restaurant. That should be pretty interesting. He goes, dude, the weirder the better. I was like, all right, this guy's on board. This is fucking great. And he goes up, sees the place. He's like, this is going to be so much fun. And I'm like, oh,
That's
this
cool.
is great. Great attitude. This is
cool.
going to be awesome. I thought he'd be super sour on it, you know?
Yeah.
And then they just start bringing in full stacks. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, shit. Wait, I thought you said it was going to be acoustic. They're like, yeah, well, acoustic guitars. And we're like, oh, fuck, we share a wall with Applebee's. Applebee's and Menchie's.
That's
and I'm like,
fantastic.
oh, this is not going to go over well. But luckily, we talked to all the neighbors. They were all cool as fuck.
Yeah.
It was seriously I thought all the glass in the restaurant was going to shatter. It was so fucking loud. That dude also did things with an acoustic guitar that I did not know you could physically play acoustic guitar that well. It was amazing seeing that like in person. Like just seeing him that close.
He was playing
holy
acoustic
shit.
guitar through stacks.
Through stacks, yeah. And it was like it was
Just blasting.
crazy.
That's
And then they did,
Yeah.
they did like an eating contest, and he was like, he was pretty cool. It was definitely before I was sober. I was getting loaded. And I was like asking if he wanted some beers and stuff. He's like, no, I don't drink anymore. Like that. And he was like telling us like some like crazy stories and shit. Like the guy, not only he's like sober or whatever, but he gets it. You know, what I mean?
Yeah,
He knows
yeah.
what you want to hear. He's like, all right, so this is the time we got fucked up, and then we're like, oh my god. So he's He's recanting us. Right,
Yeah.
Raconteurs, Jack White, bring it
Ooh,
back.
whoa, hey,
wow.
nice.
With some phenomenal blackout stories and shit like that. But he was supposed to leave at noon.
You got to put a banjo in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was supposed to
from
leave
the
at
And a
Spaz
noon.
fiddle. And a fiddle.
From the Spaz song.
Yeah, there you go. He like they had to get like dragged out of that. People like his crew of people had to be like, dude, you have to leave.
Right,
Like
you
we
can't just
have
keep
like
talking.
we have like a real show to do. Like you have to get out of here.
That's cool.
And he
We
was
have to
I
get
mean he
you to
hung
the
out for like
gym.
2-3 hours after he was supposed to even be there. He was supposed to be gone and he was just like hanging out.
That's cool.
Went behind, he's hanging out in the kitchen and shit. He was cool, man.
Did he go into his version of "Hello, Darkness, my old friend"?
Like that song is just owned by everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, did he start playing Sounds of Silence? No, he never played.
I
Sounds.
play with
That's a
Ozzy and I'm back
prerequisite
again.
for any new metal band is you have to cover Sons of Silence now.
Yeah, that's your like initiation.
Dude, that's an interesting. Ponder this. How many assholes across this country in our bands right now that are like, dude, we gotta cover it. We got, and like, there are like
Well,
people
hello.
that are
We got-
legit.
we
Like they
don't
probably
have to
never
say,
even
yeah.
heard the original.
Oh yeah,
They've heard like the disturbed version.
heard
Like,
that
dude,
one.
we have
That's
got
so
to cover
intense.
this.
And that guy's such a great singer.
we have to
Such a
cover.
great
We have to
voice.
cover that Disturbed song, "The Sound of Silence."
Yep. You know what? Legitimately though, I still, my vote if we do a cover is still for Shitty Discharge more than anything. More than anything.
No, I agree. I agree. The more that I'm hearing,
I don't know of a Shitty Discharge. That must be.
I mean, I'm sorry. Yes, no. What's wrong with me?
To me,
Yeah. No, I mean like
The
what
best.
he's saying is like what other people say. Shit.
Oh,
Yeah, non-connoisseurs.
okay.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
it's
glad
like
you- I'm glad you
we're
cleared that
we're
up.
talking about
Yeah.
the common man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Say, like Grave New World, like the common man will say.
if only
"She
if only
discharged
people
her."
could see your fingers, that
Yeah,
because you
my air
air-
quotes.
you are
My
air quotes are saying
my
common
constant
man,
air quotes
which
about.
I
every-
totally get it now. You're common man.
But for us, Grave New World is a classic.
Oh,
The
Jesus
best.
Christ.
Probably the best. I mean,
Leaps and bounds.
Yeah, I mean, why?
What was that song like?
Forget
"Sex
it.
you up"? I'm gonna sex you up. That's the.
Hear nothing, see nothing, say nothing has got nothing on Grave.
No, nothing. No,
I'm gonna sex. Oh, someone's got to do "Sex You Up."
yeah,
Color Me
Color
Bad.
That'd be great.
I'm gonna
Ah!
sex you up.
Sex you up.
I think we're gonna let's scrap. We need to scrap this band Trappist we're doing and just go for a new metal. Or like all the bands we were talking about, like Discharge, just keep the name
Yeah,
and just change direction.
go
Well,
direction.
let's do like
because we have such a huge following already. You
Oh.
don't want to lose
true.
those 300 Instagram followers.
let's just do a kick-ass hardcore record, and then the next one is just straight new metal.
Oh,
because
totally.
Well, I think
people are gonna stay along.
yeah,
on the
they'll
train.
stay on. They'll be like, okay, yeah, well, I'm
Like
into
once you're
it.
on the
They're
train, you don't
progressing,
want to
yeah.
let go.
it's like
Yeah, I
what's
hope these guys bring in a string quartet on the third album. This is gonna be great.
There's
we'll
the-
be like we'll be a little more moved along at that
matured
point.
is-
Mature.
yeah.
I didn't know how to say mature. I said moved along.
Moved along.
You'll be a little more moved along. Like me
We don't be
moved
knuckle
along.
dragging anymore.
I think it's like the Napalm Death demo tape where they're like a peace punk band, and it says something on it like, since the release of this demo tape, the band's sound has changed slightly or something like that. And they like that tape, they sound like Crass.
Yeah.
And they like just sound like Scum Era. They went for that. It's like, the sound has changed differently. So we just say
Slightly.
that for Trappist.
Yeah.
The sound has changed differently. A DJ was added, and
And we definitely have to put like those old death metal records, like no triggers were involved,
Yeah, no
or
triggers.
any effects on the
vocal
vocal
effects.
effects.
oh no, and then you got to talk about how tough you are and how many puka shell necklaces were broken during the recording of the vocals.
True.
From the veins popping,
yeah.
Puka shell necklaces just ripped to shreds, bro.
Puka shells,
How many creatine bottles we used during the recording?
just empty bottles all over the fucking
Yo,
room.
15 tribals were done.
Speaking of bottles, where's the other?
You
the
want-
other two are
oh, yeah.
inside.
Grab,
Are you gonna get
grab,
those? Okay.
grab.
Okay,
Well,
make it
he
quick.
leaves. We can finally
leaves,
get into
okay.
like all the
Yeah.
bullshit of this guy we call Brian
so,
Larkey.
Yeah, Brian Larkey. So how are we gonna get rid of him? Did we decide yet?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, he seems he's not taking a hint.
He really loves his dog, so maybe we can like lure his dog with treats, and then kind of
And he'll follow.
he'll follow it.
like up a cliff.
Throw a treat over a cliff. The dog
And then
jumps,
the
then
dog
Ryan
jumps,
jumps.
and then Ryan jumps after the dog. Okay, that's a good.
I mean,
plan.
that's what you got. Another scenario we can try.
Yeah, no, that's. I think that's the best one.
Good one.
That one's solid. I think that's a foolproof
That's a foolproof one.
plan. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's back quickly.
Shit.
I was ready to go in another story, but God damn it.
That was quick.
That was almost too quick. We just had one little scenario. And
Yeah, one scenario about how we're gonna get rid of you. Where's the? Oh, you're taking the mugs.
Do you want to
inside.
finish these?
What?
Oh, wait, we have one more
Is there one
contest
there?
going.
Okay, right.
Oh, yeah. Shit, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll put them. I'll just fill them up outside.
All right, thank you. Thank
And
you.
there's 2 more left.
All
That's
right.
good.
And I think
I'm gonna use like the Kreskin. I'm gonna predict these are Belgians.
Griskin.
I'm gonna predict these are Belgians. And
That's a good prediction, I think. Because
Yeah,
we've already
yeah.
tried, Pilsner?
tried the lager, Pilsner, IPA.
What's next? I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause
come on.
he
He's
said-
not going to do
he
a
said
stout.
Yeah,
He's not a stout, man.
category 2.
Really?
mystery category.
Wow.
Mystery Belgian category?
Mystery Belgian category.
I don't know, but the Goose IPA. Yeah.
That was dog shit.
Yeah. But the whole thing about Obama, see, that's the thing. Whether you're Republican or Democrat, I really don't care. But you know what? You have to admit, Obama is the coolest president because he fucking homebrewed in the White House.
Gnarly.
First president to homebrew in the White House. That
he
is
really do
badass.
that?
Even if, and they released the, you could look
What
up.
he made?
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up. I
they
didn't know
released the
this.
recipe, the
Really?
homebrew recipe, the White House.
What kind- what
it
was
was,
it?
I think, like a honey wheat or something.
Really?
Like that. Yeah.
That's cool.
Fucking
as fuck.
homebrew?
Yeah, there was at least one, maybe 2 recipes that they officially released.
Homeboy homebrewed?
Yeah, it's true. Isn't that awesome?
It's like
super
back
cool.
in the day, like almost every president had their different homebrew recipes, and there was some brewery out of Philly that got a hold of all the reps, like Thomas Jefferson and shit like that, and made their beers and mass produced
Really?
them. Yeah, it was like a few years ago.
Ah,
So that is definitely
the
not
French.
That's not.
Oh, the French.
Ah, the French.
French excellence.
This is vintage dated.
Cut.
Ah, the
This
French
one.
champagne.
You guys might.
I like that. No, the second one where he's all.
Ah, the French.
What's his name?
Orson
Welles.
Welles.
Yeah.
Okay.
The French.
Okay, anyone listening, if you don't know what we're referring to, you have to get on YouTube.
It's one of
Orson
the
Welles,
Oh my
Parmesan outtakes.
Maybe it'll be part of the break.
where he's so
Oh,
plastered.
the French.
So plastered.
French.
Everyone around him is just totally uncomfortable. They don't know what to do. He's like, he's getting it wrong.
They're bummed out.
Yeah. And it's just like,
That same French excellence.
vintage day. Every bottle is vintage.
As soon as he gets the
dated.
vintage data, that's when the cut comes in.
The French.
Oh, the French.
It would be like this too, because like the mic right here be all.
Oh, fuck.
Oh wait, so
Oh my
we're trying to
God.
guess which one's the craft.
Yeah.
You can almost check by color.
Yeah, this is like the Belgian. It's got that floral.
It's definitely the
thing going on,
Belgian.
yeah.
You are correct, sirs.
See?
See, by the 4th time, if I just say Belgian every time, eventually I'm going to be right.
Yes, and you know what? I think I've reversed my notes on the soap, but I remember.
Wow, this is tricky because A
Yeah.
is very lot sweeter.
No, they're both very kind of fruity and floral.
artisanal.
Both a little bit delicate.
There's something very delicate about number about
Oh,
letter
man.
A.
About number A.
There's something very delicate about number A. But I have to say, letter B has a slight I don't even know how to. It's like a flowery kind of
a soupçon of lavender.
It's just a sort of lavender.
I don't know.
Let me take my cape
I'm
off
not
because I want to explain more.
I'm not 100% sure yet because I think they're too cold. But
They might be too cold.
I'm pretty sure that A is the fancy one.
What do you think, Phil? This is a tough one. Even by smelling them, I got confused. I had to check
Yeah.
my notes.
A
again.
sound,
it's hard.
the A tastes like something I've had before, and I recognize the kind of little aftertaste.
You guys
and
have probably
I
had
know
both
this
these
is like-
beers before, to be honest.
This doesn't taste. The little aftertaste I recognize a little more in A.
It's
B-
it's really
oh,
cold
B is
because I
kinda-
think it needs to be more room temp to like really get it. But just based on
Color. Just you look at the color. You
well, I
almost-
can't tell because this one's it's in a black
look at
cup.
mine. Look at mine. Like what do you think?
Oh yeah.
Well, these guys make excuses.
Like A looks more
for
like,
why they can't taste
Well,
the
no, look
difference.
at
I'll let
because
you, the
it's a
listener,
black cup.
know.
I can't even see the color
Oh
of
yeah,
that one.
it's like fucking. Let me see A. Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna
This looks like some deep piss. Like
this. Yeah, because B is really.
I'm gonna go counterculture, whatever that means. But I'm gonna
so you're
go
gonna be a hippie?
Chicano.
You're going summer
Chicano
love on me?
Culture. I'm gonna go Chicano culture.
Chicano culture.
And I'm gonna say A is the non-craft and B is the craft.
I'm going opposite. I'm saying A is the craft.
So one of us is correct and one of us
One
is
of
totally
you-
fucking wrong.
Yeah, it was right.
One of us is a total fucking asshole.
And that's all for today. Ladies and
Good night, everybody.
Hour with Barbarian has been brought to you by
right, it's been great. Hey, thanks for joining
Pepe's
us.
and the frog.
Hey, Pepe's Toilet Flush.
We'll get back on the frog later on with some new hits.
No,
Journey.
Dodge is correct.
Damn.
Yeah, the A is because I reversed it on my sheet. The A is St. Archer White Ale.
Oh, right,
B
okay.
is Blue Moon.
Okay.
Belgian wheat, not
Should've
not
went-
Blue
I
Moon.
should've went with my
Because the
first
B was just
instinct.
like it didn't have as much going on. You know.
Yeah, it's a little more flat.
Yeah.
But I just was like, he's
It's
tricking
surprisingly-
us. I thought he was tricking us.
Yeah.
No trickery
the
involved.
Blue Moon is surprisingly not that bad. I think just like that, like the
I don't
you know
remember.
the corporate version of the Belgian white.
Who
wheat
owns Blue Moon? Like,
Blue Moon is a subsidiary of something stupid.
I don't remember. I don't remember St. Archer White Ale being that
Oh,
fruity
Belgian white.
smelling.
Yeah,
stupid.
no, it's okay.
So you have a Belgian white and then you have a white ale.
I mean,
Exactly.
compared to some of those others where it's just so obvious, where it's just like this really just shit cheap beer. You know, it doesn't have that same sort of like
no,
you know
this was probably
Corona
Make some
horse
good
piss
stuff.
sort
They
of
have
thing
that
going
horse
on.
is
shot
probably
of
the
beer that's
toughest
actually
one.
really
Yeah,
good.
this is the toughest one for sure.
I think the next one I'm going to give you guys is the toughest one.
Next one.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's a
this one-
mystery.
There's a mystery.
Oh,
There's a wild
Mystery
card.
oh, wild card. All right.
There's a wild card. So when do you guys finish that?
supposed
Now
to
I'm
take-
really gonna sweat. 'cause
We're
the
supposed to take
pressure's
pictures after this, which I'm sure they're going to be pretty
At a
funny,
brewery.
pretty silly at a brewery. I
Take pictures at a brewery.
have a feeling I'm going to Uber home.
I'll go ahead on record and say I am fine to drive.
You're fine to drive, and I have a feeling I'm just going to Uber home, which I have no problem with that. That's all today for the frog. Hey, I hope you enjoyed Journey and a little bit of Genesis. Well, that was not early Genesis. That was later Genesis.
So you guys want to save the wild card for after? Do you want to just 86 it, or do you want to pound those and do it?
Oh shit!
What's going on over here?
Phil's typing in passwords.
We're at like 400 minutes.
My God.
Maybe do the mystery and just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Let's just-
let's
let's
just
just-
pound this.
Yeah, we're gonna
All right,
pound
so
these.
Let's go.
Chug.
chug, chug, chug. Oh, there's no.
Chug. One of my favorite things is PCU. Dude, there's not even any chicks here. There's not even any chips. 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 Chips.
I'm all
Like the
about that.
ultimate. That is like the ultimate
I've never
fucking
seen that
movie.
movie. Is it?
You never seen PCU?
I was telling someone.
Oh,
have
my.
you seen Samurai Cop?
No, that sounds like a gem.
It's on
Samurai
Amazon.
Cop. Who's
It's on
in it?
Amazon.
That's not.
No one's
Chris
in it.
Farley. Oh,
No one you know is in it.
I
It's
gotta
fucking
see it.
awful, but please watch it.
Samurai Cop.
It is now. Everybody who's listening, check out Samurai Cop. I think it's on Amazon. It's Prime, and it's the most awful movie on earth, but it's really funny.
There's a lot of. There's like some weird. I haven't like researched it enough to figure out
Oh shit! Sorry.
like some obscure kind of like 70s movies, like TV movies. Like if someone was smart, they'd find those 70s TV movies, and especially the after
Straight to
school,
TV ones.
especially the
Oh,
after school specials.
Where it's like
no-
a lesson.
Yeah,
those are
like
great.
so many. I bet those would sell like crazy because
Well,
you
no-
can't
no-
find that shit
No-
anywhere.
Not only that, but like they always were like someone from something was in them. Like you know,
Yeah.
like, oh, there's John Travolta. Like he's in
Yeah.
a fucking after school special, or like, you know,
But like the TV movies, because they're those, you know, like the ones from the 70s where they'd show them once and then like they'd
Gone.
never be on
Forever.
ever again. There's one that was my all-time favorite that it was, I remember seeing it as a kid in the 70s. And then I saw it again in the 80s on cable. And I've
Like on TV?
I've never been able to find it again. It's called Like Normal People. And it's got Sean Cassidy and
great.
Linda Pearl as like mentally retarded adults.
Dude, this sounds familiar.
they're trying to live on their own, like they fall in love and move away
live
from
like
their yeah.
But
It's
they
got,
won't, the system won't let them?
yeah, exactly. Like the man is against them and stuff. Like they're trying to make it on their own.
It's like a
and they're-
retarded War Games.
Yeah.
That
But
doesn't
it's
even make
so good.
sense.
But it's like it's Sean Cassidy, and it's it's so good.
I want to see this shit.
It's so good.
All right, so this is the last round, mystery round, wild card round. I think as it stands right now, what is it, 2-1?
I don't
No,
know.
he got one, and we're tied.
Are you
I
tied?
know.
So we got the same one on one of them. I got one, and he got
We
one.
figured out what the style was on the first one, but I think we've been neck and neck.
We've been neck and neck on
on the
everything.
on like which one's which, except
Yeah.
for the Belgians.
So this one's for all the money.
This is for
For
everything.
all the money.
This is for all the
All right.
money.
It's a lot of money too. I could see it on the table. It's at least $14, just for all you that can't.
No,
see.
you know
can't
what?
smell
What
anything.
would you guess for all that beer? You're
Like,
actually
put-
really close. How
put some
much
money
do you think
down?
that would cost?
The beer that you
Yeah, because I just blew me away because you're very close with that.
$15.
What do you think?
What that you just went to Ralph's?
Yeah,
Because you got the
for
you got the
six,
6-pack.
7 beers altogether.
7 beers. I'm gonna say $9.99. This is like Price is Right.
Damn,
It was $14.56.
Oh, yeah?
That's me. I'm over.
You're
Like
over.
the-
That's right.
Like
I should have stuck
been
with
the
14.
fucking end question. That
no
should've
no
been the
no
end
no
question.
Yeah.
Drew Carey's the host. He's also tattooed on my arm as well.
A buddy of mine hosted Price is Right, if you can believe it.
what?
What?
My buddy Jeff Davis.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's an actor, dude, and he fucking
He hosted Price is Right.
He's a friend of who's the guy that hosts it now?
Drew Carey.
Drew Carey. Yeah, he does like Whose Line Is It
Whoa,
Anyways?
hold on, wait a minute. Whoa.
And he was the host for like a week when he
this
was
is-
out.
This is a difficult one.
This is
This is
insane.
a wild card.
Wait, hold on, because this just my mind just got fucking blown. You know somebody who knows Drew Carey?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
Cleveland.
Dude, he's
Cleveland
fucking
rocks.
tattooed on my arm. I have Drew Carey tattooed on my
shit,
arm.
You do little tie.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, my
I
buddy
have,
Jeff
we
Jeff
have like
Davis.
Drew
Hey,
Carey shit all over the
I'll have to see
restaurant.
if he'll
Too. I
listen one of
fucking
these
love
days.
Drew Carey.
Yeah.
I'm in the opening very briefly. I'm in the opening segment of the
We're
Cleveland Rocks.
they're at the
version.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Yeah, yeah.
in front there.
I'm
Are
in
you in the
one
crowd?
where he's chasing the extended version. He's chasing a hot dog cart, and all these people are behind him, and you see me jump up real quick
Oh,
in
yeah?
the background. Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
and I was, dude, you
Yeah.
gotta put this. We gotta get these gears rolling.
Yeah, we'll
here.
get the gears rolling
We gotta
on
get
this.
Drew
Yeah.
Carey going in here, man.
If you happen to be at the drawing room, you'll probably see my buddy Jeff Davis.
He has
He's
the
always
best. One of my favorite jokes ever, Drew Carey joke, and I love it to death. Is it goes, oh, what's that? You hate your job? There's a group for that. It's called Everybody. They meet at the, they meet at the bar.
there.
All right. So what do you guys think here?
I have no idea what the style is.
Wait.
The style is up in the air. The style. It's a mystery. It's a wild card. Just which one's the shitty one? Which one's the good one?
Oh, so don't worry about the style.
You don't even have to worry
No,
about.
because the thing is,
I was
they're both
focusing on
sweet.
style.
It's like kind of similar to the last round because both of them are kind of like sweet, floralish, like. Yeah.
They're pretty close.
There's no losers in this round, to be
Just
honest.
us.
Oh no. There's a lot more.
Just a listener.
Yeah, just a listener loses in this round. But there's a
Yeah.
lot more. There's a lot more going on with
Timmy
A?
listening to it in like Metler right now is like, I can't smell this shit. Like I don't even get what you guys are talking about. I'm gonna listen to Creator. Fuck this.
All right, let's
No,
get the
I-
final tallies here.
Okay, what do you say?
You
go
go
first.
first because I'm still tasting.
I say A is the
Artisanal.
Artisanal.
I say A is the fancy beer. There's a lot more going on with this one than B.
And B,
Yeah,
you're
I
saying
agree.
A?
Yeah.
This is fucking great.
Yeah, all right.
Is this
I think
some
I think
horseshit?
you got us on this one.
Damn, you
He's
fucking
happy.
bastard.
He's too happy.
He's too happy. He's smiling.
All right.
He's way
This is
too
definitely
happy.
someone who used to drink. So
This is
I hope this is a.
here's your artisanal fucking beer. That is high gravity hurricane, the big one, 8.1% high gravity malt liquor.
That is badass.
Shut
I love
the
it.
fuck
I love it.
And then the second one, I kind of had a feeling this was gonna be shitty though. It was Guinness's Irish wheat beer.
Holy shit! So that's
Yeah,
B.
I love it.
This is B. The Guinness
A?
is B. A is the fucking
I like
hurricane.
I do too.
Category
A is
Category 5.
Category 5.
Be bold,
It says
be
that on the
smooth, be
bottom. We're not
powerful.
making that up. That says it on the bottom.
Yeah, it does. It's
No.
8.1. It's like Steel Reserve.
It has fucking wings. That's
Malt
how high
liquor.
gravity it is.
So you gave us 2 shitty beers.
I gave you 2 shitty beers. That was the. I had a feeling the Guinness one was gonna suck.
But there's more going on in this hurricane.
No, because the hurricane one, there's more
I gotta
more
smell
flavor
it,
to
too.
it.
I
It's-
gotta smell this.
You know, because when you get
blown away.
the whole malt liquor thing, it's always sweeter and there's more,
Yeah, there's more oomph.
more oomph.
But I'm just looking to see.
I could totally see where you get A over B. To be honest,
Because like B, there's not a whole lot going on.
there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
it's just.
It's just kind of flat.
I mean, they made up a style.
It's
of
like a
beer.
flat-
They
yeah.
made up Irish wheat. I've never seen
Yeah,
that.
Irish
ever.
wheat.
That doesn't even exist.
I mean, it's okay. It's
Hey,
not,
it is sweet.
I don't,
Ah!
I don't dislike it like I liked all the other Bs, but this one, it's just kind of it's kind of nondescript.
you know what the hurricane reminds me of?
Irish
It's
wheat.
just the smell
Just
reminds me of
guaranteeing
just
that I have a
like.
headache by the time we start taking
completely.
pictures later.
Hey, it is sweet.
I mean, it's,
Ah, the Irish.
I love coming
see-
home and seeing the cliffs of Dover.
as per the can, Category 5 is the world's most powerful hurricane. Hurricane high gravity brings you an equally bold experience.
I was glad you didn't give us a Four Loko. That would be really being
No, that would be
Just a
gnarly.
pant shitter.
I couldn't resist. I mean, I couldn't resist not getting malt liquor. I love
That's a
malt
great.
liquor.
That's a great
Yeah, that's
mystery
good.
one, man.
That's a good one.
I legitimately like King Cobra.
Hey,
No, my applause to you,
about
gentlemen,
the-
for doing
Ryan
quite well on
Harkins.
that
Thank
taste.
you.
That was literally the hardest taste test we could have done because, and we didn't realize this till afterwards because they're all light beer, like they're all lighter in flavor and style. Like
Yeah.
the
They're
only
pretty close,
one,
man.
Yeah, that's like if you're trying to, the difference between a blonde ale and like fucking lagers and things like that. If it was like double IPA, if
Yeah.
it was like things like that, then you can really.
that's
taste
where I always get
differences.
lost
Yeah.
is when it gets to the lighter styles of
Yeah.
beers. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's like fuck it. It's like smelling them and
Yeah.
you're like,
Well, I
Even
mean,
though
that's a
I've,
perfect
like-
example. Those are the 2 lightest beers of the entire day, and there you go.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
mean,
we were both like, dude, this one has a lot more going on, and it's like,
Yeah.
I was thinking like, this is some artisanal
It does.
shit.
It does have a lot more going on. It's 8.1% pure class. That's what it's got going on.
Pure.
Head of the class.
Pure
Now
class.
that's class.
Now that's class.
I was just gonna say,
It's
I'd like to do one where we do like Ham's, Milwaukee's Best, and we try and pick those fucking beers. That'd be amazing.
I did that
At some point.
once, and it was I
pretty
did do
disaster.
one. It was like Milwaukee's Best and Budweiser. I think it was just impossible. It was like one of those 2, Milwaukee's Best.
I think I
and
could
Pabst or
pick.
something like that.
I think in my brain I can pick certain ones, but I'd love to try the test because
What to try like
like
Coors, identify
Olympia.
which shitty beer
yeah,
is
which
yeah.
shitty
It'd be
beer.
fucking like,
I don't
especially
think
if you
I
just
don't
do
think I
2
could
at a
do it.
time. Like
I
not
think
like,
you could get
not like
Olympia.
10.
Yeah.
but
I
like
think you get Olympia. Olympia actually has like some character.
like
to it.
like
distinct,
almost
yeah.
like here's Olympia and Coors. Here's Miller and Bud. Here's
They did
Ham's
that-
and Milwaukee's Best. That
They
would
did
be
that
pretty
on
fun to
Conan
be like.
O'Brien to Michael Jackson. Remember that guy? Like he was the British,
Oh, yeah,
like the
yeah,
actual,
yeah.
like the not the
Like-
singer,
like
the
the-
beer
yeah,
guy. Yeah,
the-
like the
the
definitive
beer
like
reviewing
beer
guy, yeah.
before
I
beer was
only know
even
the singer.
remotely cool. Like that dude was hip to the fucking game
Yeah.
before there was
Yeah.
even anything
It's
going
like
on. That
decades
dude
ahead of
ruled.
everybody. Yeah.
But they did that on Conan. They did it. It was all malt liquors, and he picked King Cobra. He picked that was his favorite one.
Oh, yeah?
That was my favorite malt liquor, to be honest.
Cool.
I agree.
Yeah.
Get bit, man. Get
Well, I think-
fucking bit by the Cobra.
I think we're at a all-time high on our.
Oh, you
fucking-
think so?
Yeah, we're at over 2 hours. So
Holy shit.
I think we're gonna wrap it up now because
No,
we're
that
fucking drunk as
reminds me
shit.
of his
Hey,
time.
There's this one time.
tell you something.
Let me tell you
God,
about
2
this
hours.
one time. Is I'm drinking hurricane and I shit my pants and I threw my underwear at someone's face.
The kids, I got the pudding pop,
And
I
I
gave
put
the pill to the
pudding
lady.
and the pudding and that's enough. The pudding and the pudding pop and he put
Get
it
the
and he put the
pudding.
pudding and it
Get the pudding, and you give the roofies and the pudding.
and you put the pudding with the roofies and you combine the pudding and the roofies and you go.
Jello pudding pops! Jello pudding pops! frozen pudding on a stick, swirled together so that the right side of your mouth says, I want chocolate jello pudding pops, and the left side says, no, I want vanilla jello pudding pops. You can have both.
Quick service 7 days a week. Call your man, Jack Stefanovich.
Stefan. Jack Stefan. We're in the white pages.
Ah, the French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson. It's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated. So Paul Masson's...
A veritable feast for the tummy.
And I want to end up in the dungeon.